Sequoia survived in prophecy, and you know what, man? Ah, man, Giants fans, listen up, man. I have came to the conclusion that I believe that Daniel Jones isn't the answer. Um, and I can say this with a straight face is because I have been a Giants fan since '04. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see the glory days of Lawrence Taylor or Phil Simms or the Crunch Bunch. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to see the great, masterpiece that was the New York Giants of old. Now, I understand that the New York Giants have changed their scheme. They are no longer running a 4-3, they are running a 3-4, which basically means that they're going to have a lot of athletic linebackers and a few defensive ends, probably like three. That was never the Giants game. The Giants was never that type of team to have athletic linebackers. Maybe two. You know what I'm saying? Maybe back in the 80s when they had, who they had. I'm not going to go down the list. But they had a very good pass rush, and that was key for them in the past. You know what I'm saying? If you go along the lines, they had Lawrence Taylor, they had, Michael Strahan, JPP, OC, Tuck. You know what I'm saying? Like the list just goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? Well, it just stops at JPP. No, I think it, it starts with it starts with Lawrence Taylor, and I believe it ends with OC or Tuck. But I believe that Daniel Jones isn't the answer. Um, I just don't like the dude. Like I just don't like him. I never did. I never will. To me, he only played 1 year in college. You know, and like I said, Duke wasn't really an attractive school that everybody was just drafting. You know how every year it's always Alabama, always Florida, always Ohio State, always these hybrid schools that teams just be latching like it's money on trees. Duke wasn't really that. Like he was playing with a whole bunch of backups his career in Duke. He never had a star running back, a star tight end. So when you put all these pieces around him, you think that he's gonna excel? You put these pieces around Eli Manning right now. I guarantee you, Eli Manning would. I mean, I'm not gonna say he would struggle, but he would rise up to the occasion and be the best version that he can be. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the youngest receiving core. He had Akeem Nicks. He had Victor Cruz. He had Mario Manningham. He had Plaxico Burrs. You know what I'm saying? He had Steve Smith, not number 89, but number 12. You know what I'm saying? He had a overrated or underrated Dominic Hickson. You know what I'm saying? He had a Ramses Barden who had, he had his coming out game against the Panthers on Sunday night. I mean Thursday night. When Hakeem Nicks couldn't go, so he had to lean on who? Exactly. Who did, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he had Sonoris Moss, you know what I'm saying? So, he had a very good group of receivers. And after that, it was Odell Beckham Jr., Ruben Randall, Victor Cruz, Sterling Shepard, and then after that. So, it was just a revolving door, you know what I'm saying? Eli Manning came into the Giants with support around him. We are just now putting support around Daniel Jones. Now, obviously, Eli Manning has stand within, has been healthy his whole entire career. You know what I'm saying? But I believe Daniel Jones, if he keeps it up, he's not gonna be available for these games because it's the way he plays. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he plays is the way he plays. You know what I'm saying? But that's the direction the NFL is going. So I can't necessarily blame him. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't necessarily blame Daniel Jones for his absence because the way the NFL is going, oh, you gotta have a mobile quarterback. If you don't have a mobile quarterback, you can't win any games. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like having Big Ben, and Big Ben can't even go nowhere. You know, even when Big Ben Roethlisberger was in his prime, he still couldn't run. You know, he was big as hell, strong as an ox, hard to get down. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't mobile. You know, he could move around a little bit in the pocket, but he wasn't mobile like these quarterbacks now. You know what I'm saying? And the more that they get exposed and hit, the more they're going to be on the shelves. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way the NFL is going. And, if you don't have a mobile quarterback, I mean, Tom Brady is excused because Tom Brady is Tom Brady. I don't like Tom Brady neither, but he's a golden boy. He had spoon in his mouth since he was in diapers. You know what I'm saying? Since he came into the league, he had to actually fight for a roster spot. Nobody actually gave it to him. But, injuries took a toll and, he just took over and never looked back. You know what I'm saying? But with Daniel Jones, man, I just think Daniel Jones is not the answer. I don't know why. I don't see what Giants fans see in Daniel Jones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that trip, are you kidding me? Like, I actually saw that game on Sunday Night Football, and, like, are you kidding me? How can you trip? There was literally nobody in front of you and back of you, and you tripped. And then they came out with a whole bunch of memes. They came out with like Randy Orton doing the RKO. They did Lance Stevenson doing his blow in the ear, trick. They did the 3D, him, falling down on the table. That crap was funny as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. But how can you trip, man? I bet you if that was Cam Newton, he would have took it to the house. Michael Vick, Randall Cunningham, Donovan McNabb, like you name it. There is no person on God's green earth that would have tripped that badly. That shows you how unathletic that dude is. Like, how can you trip? Like, nobody was in front of you. But anyways, I'm not going to put that against him because, I mean, he could have obviously taken it to the house. I mean, if he did that, the whole internet would have broke. You know what I'm saying? That shit would have got hella views. But since he tripped and, it is what it is. But, he's not the answer. He's not the answer. And I'll give you my reasons why he's not the answer. Just three. Number one, he's inconsistent. Okay? He'll show you flashes like, okay, he could throw the deep bombs, but again, he will revert back to his old self. You know what I'm saying? He struggles in coverage. He doesn't read defenses that greatly because in Duke, he wasn't really playing top tier schools. You know what I'm saying? Like he was playing East Carolina and North Carolina and you know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't, literally, facing top tier schools. You know what I'm saying? Number two, he has fumbling problems, and that will never go away. I don't care how good you are. Your fumbling issues will never go away. You know what I'm saying? You can work on them as much as you can, but you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have fumbling issues. He cut it to fit. Well, actually, he had 15, but he cut it to 8. So that's pretty good. He's taking care of the ball, but sometimes it will pop up eventually. Tiki Barber had a lot of fumbling issues. He tightened it up. You know what I'm saying? Like he had, 22, 21 fumbles or 10? No, he had, I'll probably say throughout his whole career, I think he probably had like 22 fumbles, to be honest with you. And then obviously Brandon Jacobs caught it, and then Amar Bradshaw caught it, and then David Wilson caught it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a placebo effect, you know what I'm saying? But or domino effect. But anyways, what I was, oh yeah, inconsistent. He fumbles a lot, and he sucks under pressure. He really does. He's not one of those fourth quarter comeback type of quarterbacks. He's not that quarterback that's going to lead you to the fourth quarter. You know who he? If I had to actually, compare a quarterback to Daniel Jones, it's David Carr. It's David Carr. If you look at their statistics, if you look at their stats side by side, same quarterback. Great legs, can run, can do all that stuff, but they're not the type of quarterbacks that's going to lead you to the promised land. And I'm pretty sure the Raiders is going to move off of him pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? The reason why they're not really moving off on him right now is because they haven't found his replacement. But I'm pretty sure if he ends up messing it up and stinking up the joint, he's going to find himself out of a job just like his brother did when he was the first overall pick. And obviously his brother was a backup to Eli. Pretty good backup, not really a bad backup, but he was a pretty good backup. If you notice, he has the same number as Daniel Jones, right? Because I thought Daniel Jones wore number 17. I thought he was going to wear number 17, but obviously he changed it to 8. David Carr wore 8. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I just think that, those are just my 3, reasons why Daniel Jones will never be a New York Giants for much longer. That's why they gave Daniel Jones all those weapons. Why do you think the Giants have so much, not playoffs, draft compensation? Why? The Giants could have just picked where they at. Now, I don't know if the Bears made the jump, or I don't know if the Giants, I think the Bears made the jump, and then obviously the Giants accepted. So that's why it's pressure time. They wouldn't. If Daniel Jones was the guy, they wouldn't have made what they did. But since they did what they did, it's okay. Now you gotta put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? We gave you the weapons. Saquon Barkley is gonna come back. We loaded you with a lot of weapons on offense. Now it's time to put up or shut up. Now, if the Giants overachieve and if the Giants go another season where they stink it up, Daniel Jones is probably going to be gone, and they're probably going to find his replacement, whether it's the backup to, Mike Glennon, which I don't think is the answer, but they'll probably move forward with him until the draft starts around next year. You know what I'm saying? But if he's the answer, then we might probably use these draft picks to, I don't know, find another deep threat receiver or another running back to, compensate Saquon Barkley, whatever have you. But if he's not the answer, those draft picks are going to be utilized to get a quarterback in the draft. Best believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in him. I never did. I never will. He's never going to be Eli Manning. Giants fans just need to stop living in the past. Eli was Eli. Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. It is what it is. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Take care of yourself and each other.